What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. Last time, we took on Sigurd in his homeland and defeated him. And this time, we're going to see what Leif has in store for us as the final Emblem paralogue we have access to. But before we do that, we still don't have any new Somniel topics to go over. So, we just have our support and bond conversations, and we actually have quite a few of them. So let's go ahead and start with Phoenix and Celine.
If I worried you the other day, Divine One, I sincerely apologize.
What happened to the highwaymen attacking those tea shipments?
We supplied funds to heighten the caravan's security. Then they let the thieves escape, which led our new security forces directly to their stronghold. I just came from giving the order to eliminate their base.
I see.
They are bandits, but they are still Firenese, and I have now signed their death warrant. I would do it again, without hesitation. No one, not one soul, can be suffered to violate Firenese's peace.
But it must have been a painful choice.
It wasn't. Anguish is one of the few privileges not afforded to those in my position.
I know you have to harden your heart, but you have a heart all the same.
Your empathy is appreciated. There is nothing I would not do to protect my kingdom. I would draw my blade for peace without hesitation. I have steeled myself for it all my life. Even so, I find no satisfaction in what must be done. I worry that is a mark of weakness in me.
That's not weakness. It's kindness. It's the same kindness that's reflected in the Firenese character.
You are most generous, Divine One.
Grilled and ready to go! This meat is so yummy, it's gonna make your taste buds dance.
Wow, that seems like a lot of meat for the two of us.
Oh no, this one's for me. I was going to do yours next.
What? How do you eat that much?
Oh, you know, open my mouth, bite, chew. I won't bore you with all the details.
Wow, you're really something, Tamara.
That's true! I'm really something! I'm the Crown Princess of Solm! And I'm wearing lots of priceless jewels!
Shh, please keep your voice down. I've heard that this area isn't very safe.
You can say that again. It's absolutely crawling with bandits. That's why I'm out here like a nice, tempting hunk of lamb on a spit.
Wait a minute. That was your plan? To use yourself as bait?
It worked, didn't it? Look, those bruisers have had their eye on us since we got here.
It looks like they're getting ready for an ambush.
Not if we pounce on them first. Come on. This ought to be a piece of cake for you and me.
All right. But, you know, a little heads up would have been nice.
Hey, Princess Ivy.
Hello, Princess Tamara.
Look at us, huh? Two future queens hanging out together like this?
True. I will rule Elusia one day, and you Solm. Beyond our royal status, however, we appear to have nothing in common.
I don't know if we're all that different.
No? It seems to me that our appearances and personalities are direct opposites. Not to suggest either is superior, of course, but the differences are plain enough to me.
I guess you have a point.
I've never roamed my territory fighting bandits, for instance. I've never even been camping.
What? You've never been camping? Then you've never really lived!
Walls and doors were built for a reason. I see little point in sleeping outside of them.
You'll change your tune once you experience the thrill of sleeping under the stars for yourself.
Why would I... You know what? Okay, it would be rude of me to refuse an invitation from a fellow princess. I accept.
Woohoo! I'll start preparing for the big day. Get ready to have the time of your life!
It does promise to be interesting. Prince Diamond, I wanted to apologize for earlier.
What do you mean?
I failed to thank you properly, both for your discretion and for the gem you gave me. Please let me make amends by expressing my gratitude now. Thank you.
Oh, please don't worry about that. Brodia has a lot to answer for. Offering a token like that gem is the least I can do.
It's true, Brodia has invaded our lands many times. I often wonder how my people would have fared without that suffering and bloodshed.
I'm not surprised. That's why you don't owe me any gratitude. I hope you understand.
But you stepped in to help me. One person to another, in accordance with your values. That is why, in accordance with my values, I want to thank you.
I see. If that's how you truly feel, Princess Ivy, then I accept your gratitude.
It's all too easy for one individual to give a simple thank you to another. Apologies are much the same. It is when kingdoms are involved that it gets complicated.
That's true. My father was focused on our kingdom's affairs when he began expanding our territory by force. That singular focus is how things have always been done in Brodia. But that needs to change.
What do you mean?
My father is no longer here, but his influence remains. Change will take time, if there's an easier way. I haven't found it yet. I often wonder if I'm ready to be king.
I know exactly how you feel.
I apologize. I didn't mean to unload like that.
No, I understand. I'm actually relieved to hear that you have the same concerns I do. I am much more hopeful now for that future when you and I are king and queen.
I've heard that you have a fear of ghosts, Ivy. Believe it or not, I feel that way about crowds.
That is indeed a surprise. It seems I'm always learning new things about you, Camilla.
Say, why don't you and I visit a hot spring? That should be both quiet and free of spirits.
A hot spring? I hadn't considered the idea, but I suppose a little relaxation never hurt anyone.
Something about this place is really off.
It appears to be the River Thracia. Quite similar, at least.
Is this someplace in your world?
In looks, it is quite close enough to a stretch of ground where I once stood. The River Thracia was a beautiful, broad river, and it was the site of much bloodshed.
I can't imagine someplace as serene as this turning into a battlefield.
This is where I faced the genius tactician Sias. Some thought him a hero. Reinhardt, a powerful man said to be the Crusader Thrud reborn, was there as well. It was a difficult battle. Many were the moments when I thought defeat was at hand.
So why does this place look like that?
I do not know for certain. I sense a mighty force emanating from here. This must be the trial appointed to you.
Trial?
I want you to fight me here. If you overcome that trial, our bond will grow stronger. That bond will bring with it power we cannot do without if we are to survive the battles ahead.
Winning a battle against you is my trial? Understood.
Good. Victory is your only way forward.
Alright, getting this fight started. Would you believe me if I said there's only 2 units that really matter in it? But let's go ahead and do unit selection anyway. Yeah, Leif was on Vander, so I don't think anyone else really super matters. And let's go ahead and swap positions. You can reach there, so I want you here, so you can also reach there. And then other than that, I guess I'll switch actually no, I'll put you here so you can start flying across too. And other than that, I think everything else is fine, so we're just gonna go with that.
I will stand my ground. No running, no hiding. Now, come at me!
Okay, so actually getting into this chapter, this can be one of the hardest chapters in the game, for one very specific reason. There are so many ballista units in this chapter that flying units are almost a non-factor, and they are almost so easily defeated by these ballista units that it's very hard to even use them. But
devoted to you.
Not impossible. So we are going to go right here, and
Shall
we
we
are
dance?
actually going to use Cedal to dance Ivy. And my main strategy is basically for Ivy to do everything. You know, it's my strategy for every chapter in the game, because why wouldn't it be? But Ivy literally just needs to fly up here and take out this ballista unit before it can fire, because if she could do that, it basically makes it so that she's invincible for the rest of this chapter. And we are just going to take out this ballista unit, and yeah, Ivy's basically the only one that even matters, because she's going to fly directly over here, and Leif is right here. But I guess I'll move everyone else forward, and I'm actually going to move Hortensia across as well, so that she has the ability of helping Ivy in case she needs it. But other than that, yeah, everyone else is just moving forward. And I guess now is a good time to start talking about how Leif is connected to this place, more than he already told us. But Leif, in his early life, was the prince of a kingdom called Leonster, but was forced to escape from Leonster once it was attacked and destroyed by Thracian, along with the betrayal of a man named Raedric, which caused the destruction of Leonster. Later, Leif put together an army to fight against Munster, which was led by Raedric. And then there's a ginormous time skip. Like, it's a very large time skip that leads us to where this battle takes place. And actually, I'm just going to move Ivy right here outside of the range. And in an effort to stop Raedric, Leif needed to cross the border into Munster by crossing the river Thracia. Also, Leif likes to destroy stuff in this chapter if you get too close to him. But by crossing the river Thracia, or Thracia, however you say it, he was confronted on the river by the two people he mentioned, one of them being a man named Reinhardt, who was one of the commanders in the Frege army, which was under the control of Munster at the time. And Leif ultimately, actually I want to go down here. Leif ultimately defeated Reinhardt in the battle, in one of the toughest battles he had to face, and was able to cross his army into Munster territory and eventually fight against Raedric as the game progressed and everything. But that's basically most of the story for this. It was really just one of his big battles and his big leading battle into him getting into the territory of his main enemy. But something else I want to point out about these paralogs, I'm just going to move ahead you, and everyone else can really just stay behind. I think I'm just going to end turn here. But something else I want to bring up about these paralogs is the fact that where the emblems are, I'm actually going to let him talk real quick.
Be honest with yourself. What do you want? What do you hope for? Deep in your heart.
But what if I fail again?
Life is not a simple path, and mistakes are only mistakes. Set them right by making amends. You have faced your own weaknesses before. Do so again, and you will only grow stronger.
But what I was saying is that the emblems have one of two starting locations usually in their emblem paralogs. The first is if they are the enemy in the chapter that they are from originally in their game, they are usually in the same spot that they started in that chapter. But if they are the hero or the protagonist, they usually start where their enemy that they were fighting in that chapter starts. And in this one, it's actually kind of funny, because Leif is starting in the position that Reinhardt started in that chapter, which I think is a very good touch in these chapters, actually, because they're laid out pretty specifically, and it helps to show how the chapters are connected to the emblem and why the emblems are so important within these chapters. But there's really not much else. They're really hating on Owlcrest for some reason. But there's really not much else to talk about in terms of Leif and this place. Like I said, it was literally just a bridge crossing that turned into a all-out fight. But we are just going to take him out this turn, really. I mean, yeah, it's over is what's happening. It's not even close, really. Go ahead and take out his first life bar. And then the reason I brought Hortensia over here is so that she cannot help, actually. Apparently, I'm going to go back just a little bit. And I need to go here and attack, which still does enough, actually. Basically, I just need Ivy in a place where Hortensia can get next to her and use the goddess dance so we can fight Leif twice this turn. And it makes it a very easy fight, all things considered. The sisters, by far, are probably the best units in the game, just because of how Ivy is probably one of the strongest units in the game, and Hortensia having Byleth makes her one of the best support units in the game. Just a real dynamic duo, these two. And with that being said, let's go ahead and stop Leif in his tracks with the sun.
I lose.
Oh, and he actually doesn't say anything. But yeah, this one only takes 3 turns. It's a very fast chapter if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, it is one of the hardest chapters in the game and could easily take 10 to 13 turns. So I highly recommend just doing it this way. It makes your life so much easier. And also, obviously, Ivy and Camilla, once again, MVPs.
You have become stronger since we first met, my friend.
I feel like I've still got a long way to go. I appreciate your guidance.
Guidance? An interesting word choice. I believe I understand now why the trial was located here.
Oh? Why?
I was a young prince, inexperienced in leading an army. My errors were many, some fatal. On the day of this battle, I was told something I've kept in my thoughts ever since. Once blood is spilled, it cannot return to its source. Make that sacrifice worth something. Life is a series of choices. There is no way for one to know if their past choices were correct or a mistake. All we can do is make the future into something good and righteous. We must strive for that. Such is the responsibility of a guide. And it is what I learned in the place so like this one.
Thank you, Leif, for sharing your story with me. I feel like I understand more than before. I will work to build a good future. And you'll be beside me until the end of this war?
Here, on the shores of this beautiful river, I swear my service to you.
All right, and that wraps up the last of the Emblem paralogs we have access to right now. So I think we are going to end the episode here. So I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, we head into Elusia to see if we can figure out any information about the Fell Dragon. But until then, happy adventuring!